But we'll see. There's definitely lots of different ways you can play this one.
Yeah, 423 loves his monkey. He is a gigantic fan of this series. We get to see the Marcy picked up this time for Army Geniuses. Doesn't look like there's any crazy combos just yet. Marcy Sand King doesn't sound
Yep.
honestly like the greatest lane, so maybe this
10
could
seconds
be
remaining.
like a 5 Marcy and
Radiant
looking for the
team
carry
back.
pairing.
Yeah, I think that
on?
makes sense to me. I think the pick here, the dispose is always, I think, a big part of just why you're picking this hero. You can maybe use as a save against some of the Skywrath spells. And they go for a Bloodseeker. This has been something Lilgun have also
10
played
seconds
with the
remaining.
Skywrath. And actually looking at their past like 7 or 8 games with
5
Skywrath, I think
seconds remain.
half of
Dire
them they have
team
Bloodseeker.
back.
So they've been playing a lot of Bloodseeker lately.
Do you like it this game though? Like it doesn't seem like the rupture's gonna.
It's not countering anything.
Yeah.
Like, I like it in the sense like it's this fast-paced fighting carry. Like Lilgun to me play their best when they're not going super
10
greedy late
seconds
game.
remaining.
They want 4-2-3 to be on like a semi carry while they've got the TA.
5
I mean, TA
seconds
is all about
remaining.
these, the Deso Blink item timings, take Roshan,
Radiant
Snowball.
team banned.
Lilgun love to go high ground at 25, 30 minutes. Like that's just kind of they're one of the few teams in SEA who doesn't play these slow games. Like I'd say them, like SMG, sometimes Boom, but not always. They like to play fast, and I think Bloodseeker's a hero literally can play fast. But like you say, it's not. There's no great rupture targets. I think he is good
5
against a lot of
seconds
these heroes,
remaining.
though. That's another silence. Like against all these heroes, they don't like playing into the blood right. I don't really feel like any of these heroes like
Dire
cause
team
Bloodseeker
banned.
problems. Basically, like when I look at this, I'm like, yeah, this to me it's weird. I feel like it's a good Bloodseeker game, even though there's no rupture target.
I think the nice thing is he should have a pretty good lane, just the sustain versus the Sand King.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of blood right the Sandstorm if you've got Sentry Vision, that advantage, and maybe Womby's going to have a bit of a difficult time to play into this. And you could see how maybe the side lanes are able to get set up as well. I mean, Army Geniuses, they ban out Timber, they ban out Viper. Is there anything that those bans are kind of alluding to that they might be, like what hero they might be looking for in regards to a carry?
So Viper, what are you trying to? I mean, some safe lane carry that doesn't want to play in a Viper, like Spectres. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think you can go too greedy. If anything, I think like melee illusion heroes in a TA is usually what you want to go. You also want to hear that just holds their ground, like if they get ruptured. So
Surely TB, right?
like TB Naga. I mean, TB just seems like the better illusion hero right now.
Oh, DB does play a very good Naga.
Radiant team pick.
Okay.
I would.
Sniper.
I was gonna say like maybe if Terrorblade gets banned out, then that bumps up the potential of a Naga. But honestly, I could see it be favored a little bit more this game. They're still gonna go Terrorblade anyway, so you do have that kind of hero that's able to stand the ground, a lot of physical damage, and that Tau Sieger too.
I think this is it's game 3 decider. This is like must win for Army Geniuses.
10
I think this is just very safe drafting. Like they've given themselves a chance to win this game. Like they pick this strong late game carry. They pick a hero that is a kind of counter pick to the TA, like super high armor against TA, illusions against TA. Like, basically they've addressed the one player hero, Sanctity TA, that needs to be addressed. At the same time, it's not like they've just given themselves like a better draft because you're playing TB into a very fast paced draft. Like Skywrath Bloodseeker Monkey, these heroes are gonna be running at people. Like this looks like a support monkey. I guess it could be 3 position. That's just gonna be running around the map wreaking havoc. So I do feel like Army Geniuses are going to have to play some really good defensive Dota.
I'm trying to see what hero they want to give 11. A little bit of control would be nice. I'm going through like Underlord, Axe, kind of want a net way to initiate for the Sky. Yeah, that's the thing.
Either Blink Stun or you need something that counters the TB, like, I don't know, Necrophos type hero. But I think the stunning angle sounds better. Hey, you said Underlord. There you go. It's kind of not a stun, it's a root, but the TB is being addressed by this, at least to a decent degree. I don't love it though. Like it seems like Monkey Underlord, like it's not the best lane. I feel like they had this cool fast paced draft going, and then you pick Underlord where he doesn't match that tempo so well. Like he kind of can in some ways because you just get these team auras, you just death ball with your team. Your new maybe they're gonna have some cool way to use the new ultimate. I think that's something that's just not being really figured out is how to use Underlord's new Dark Rift because it theoretically allows you to play super active, gank a lot, you know, be anywhere on the map, use it to do some fountain trips to heal up. So if they use this ultimate well, I could see this pick looking really good.
Yeah, I really thought the Underlord was going to be a hero that we would see prioritized a little bit more in Eastern Europe because I thought they were a region that was playing it a decent amount in 201, and I thought the hero got buffed up with the Dark Rift and overall. But if they're not playing it, then a lot of people aren't as well. We saw it a little bit of the major, but hasn't really transitioned into the summer tour. But regardless, you know, Atos into Root's going to be nice versus the Puck. Your lane versus Terrorblade should be pretty comfortable. They could kill him though this game. Like, his armor's not the greatest. You've got percent damage in the Sunray, so it's not a free Underlord game. I feel like we said it in kind of what game? We said one game where BKBs were really important. I think it might have been game 1 for Army Geniuses. I think it's going to be the same for Lilgun. You're looking for your Maelstrom BKB timing on the Bloodseeker. You're probably looking for the same timing as well with Sanctity, whether he goes Deso Blink or Dragonlance in there, whatever. But double BKB for Lilgun, they need to take over this game. And if they don't do that, I'm concerned on their late game.
You've touched on some of the things both teams want to be doing though. I know you and Dan will do your predictions. who you got then? Who's taking game 3, Aries?
I
need to hear it.
I believe in Army Geniuses. I think they'll get to that stage where they can
Prepare for battle.
I think they'll get to the stage where they'll be able to just have much easier times in team fights. Wait, what's going? Hang on, I don't want to miss this chat. What's going on? So new year, new me. Says Varish,
Did someone say that? Oh.
And then they say, sure, good luck, have, I don't know, they're tipping a bunch of players. Some crazy stuff is going on. I think Army Geniuses, again, I'm very concerned about the early game, and I think I think Lilgun can take it in that stage, but what are your thoughts, Parker? Come on, you got to give me your prediction now.
I'm with Army Geniuses too, you know?
You just copy me, okay. You wanted me to go first?
Yeah. This way I can't be wrong. I mean, if I'm wrong, it's like, I'm not going to lose to you, you know? We're both wrong. Safe bet. I think the big thing you kind of touched on, it's their team fight. Like, their team fight is much stronger. It's much easier to execute, you know? Blink, Sanking, Stun, Puck, Dream Coil. The Phoenix Egg there's not that many things good at killing the Egg this game. Like, yeah, TA can kind of hit it, but no one's hitting it with the TA potentially, and you may just have to disengage against it. So I do feel like Army Genius' team fight looks scary. The one thing I worry for Army Genius is these lanes. Like, Phoenix, Sanking, this lane could just get stopped. Like, I think Bloodseeker Skyreth honestly maybe destroys this lane. Phoenix is a super weak laner these days.
That's a good start. It's a beautiful start. They're going to get all 4.
4.
What?
All right, can't change my prediction. 4 range.
You can if you want. I don't know what Varish just did with the rebound, but okay.
He hit it?
No, he didn't hit it. He completely missed it, and he didn't even go in the direction of Kishka. So that's also a meta where you're only going to have it. You don't have it for at least a second wave, which often you really like to have as a Terrorblade.
They're still doing some good zoning. Like you say, they're only going to have it for a bit more of this first wave. Monkey's even getting in to get these last hits, sneaking in. Yeah, they're zoning them with this meta, but once it wears off now, it does feel like Underlord can come in and get what he wants out of the wave.
DB, how does he last it now? Into the Atrophy Aura with the Quelling Blade on 11? Do you feel like they messed up this start of the lane?
Sort of. Like, you wanted to get a bit more, I think. Like, ideally, you want the Metamorph for Harass plus, like, a couple of creep waves. Instead, they didn't even get it for 1 creep wave, it feels like. But he can still, like, this is still TB. He still last hits even without Metamorphosis. If he's not getting
top lane,
because it's double melee.
He's going to go down first blood. You just mentioned that. Phoenix, not a good laner. Then this guy, Bloodseeker, is going to have a beautiful time. And, well, they're already showing that to be the case.
I think they feed up here. I just think their lane is so weak. I think Bloodseeker's going to have the freest time. Like, they already have the Sentry. Triple Mango and Skyreth, they're just going to have such a free lane here. And it may get ugly. This could be this Lilgun could just win the game off of this top lane. Like, that's how strong I think their lane is.
So I feel like there's multiple routes to go down now for Army Geniuses with this top lane. Either Narman looks to pull, or Narman just looks to stack cants by the Ancients. What is the kind of route you feel is preferred in this matchup?
I don't think... I mean, the side pulling the big camp is, I think, dream scenario, but I'm not sure they're going to give it to you for free. I think you just have to follow your Sanking's lead. Like, your Sanking needs to farm the lane, and he can't do so alone.
Bottom
so
lane, Kishka? They're fighting on top of the Firestorm. Kishka, Varish goes in with the rebound, but that's all they needed. Oh,
no meta, no problem.
No problem. I meant pull the wave as well. So like drag creep, sorry, not pull wave.
From behind the waves, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just has to do typical 4 things and kind of match the Skywrath a bit. Hey, what's going on here? He was full health, and they just get him down like to 150 health. And I mean, they've got to use their spells, but Blood Red plus a concussive, like that doesn't really cost them much.
All right, how's this mid matchup shaping up though? Oh, Azura's actually doing a lot better than what I was expecting. I guess in this lane you're just forced to kind of CS with the orb, but it has been a TA puck matchup. It's been TA favored for quite some time.
Yeah, it swung a slightly less favored. I think it was like, I don't know, probably a couple years ago now, where Puck got like a base damage buff. You see Puck in the mid lane had like really low base damage. So it's gotten a tiny bit better, but yeah, it's still TA favored. TA farms the jungle camps a little better than the Puck as well. But I think with all the runes, Puck benefits from the runes more than TA. Like even the water runes, because in the past you couldn't just spam your spells, you would run out of mana, but now with all these runes, Puck is able to just farm a bit better. TA doing a good job landing all these side blades though, and really putting Azura on the back foot.
Bottom lane, DB, with that second round of the Metamorphosis, Varish is able to jump in as well, so at least this time they're able to convert, and they will have this meta for multiple waves to be able to play with as well. Also kind of frees up Varish to now do whatever he wants, and he's going to look for a stack at the small camp. Does he get it? No, not the case.
Me top, in trouble.
Beautifully done. Ace 12 and 4-2-3 combined together. He's not going to get any distance away with the Burrow Strike and won't even go for it.
I mean, like, what? That's the thing with Phoenix. Like, what do? You're Sanking, trying to farm a wave, and he just gets going on. I don't know if his Fire Spirit's on cooldown. He didn't end up using any spells. Maybe they were just still down. But even if he had Fire Spirits there, it just means they maybe take a bit longer to get the kill. But this is what Norman needs to do. Try to get this side pull off. This side pull is the one thing that can maybe salvage the lane. But things are pretty ugly up here.
It's going to be difficult when the puck can rotate as well, because if you leave the TA in a lane that's pushed out with refraction damage, then the tower's going to take a little bit of harassment, which you never want to give up early. And it's going to give a lot of control over the Lilgun, but I do think that's kind of what we're looking for though, Azura, if we can find a power rune, make that rotation top, and try and unlock the Sand King. And are they going to look for mid? Azura does have level 6 already. Refractions. Oh, he missed the coil. And hang on, Varish is going to be pretty cautious. One more right click will be enough, but Sanctity is going to reposition. And now they know that DB's alone. He's going to be able to path his way out of the Firestorm, and without that damage, DB should be fine. Kishka?
He's like, come on, I'm still TP'd. He's like, I'll fight you.
Wami top lane now. With all the thirst movement speed from mid and bottom, 4-2-3, he can chase down Wami with the help of Ace 12. And they're going to give the kill over to 4-2-3. He's off to a flying start on the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, that miscoil mid is so costly. I think they had it all planned out. Maybe they even knew probably Refraction was down. The coil into... I mean, Marcy disposed, great at breaking coil. Should have been a free kill, and the coil missing just meant Sanctity able to... I mean, he just lives through it, and then suddenly the side lanes go Lilgun's way because of that TP rotation.
This was the big thing you were mentioning.
3 lanes being one.
Yep.
Or 2 lanes being one.
And that's kind of what you need to do for Lilgun. If you have this lineup that is looking to just run over the game, the beautiful way to set yourselves up to succeed is off the back of the lanes and snowballing that into a really good early game.
Yeah. Definitely where the early Phoenix pick can be, punished, and I think Lilgun... we saw the Bloodseeker come out. We're like, oh, why are they picking Bloodseeker? It's not good against, it doesn't counter anything with Rupture, but it's a super strong laner. And you pair it with this Skywrath, who has a lot of kill threat.
Bottom lane
just has a rough time.
They're going to try an 11. DB has the level 6 to be able to play with. They're going to toss him back into the Firestorm. DB's going to be cautious, but as soon as the Firestorm expires, he should be able to stand his ground and go toe-to-toe with Kishka. They're going to try and TP down the Templar Assassin in case they continue the chase. And, oh, hang on a second. Sanctity has got the haze to play with. Varish is going to have to try and dispose away the Templar Assassin and play into the tree line. He's going to look to turn to get the kill onto the Marcy, but with Narman showing up, that Sunray heal will be enough to keep the Army Geniuses heroes alive.
Yep. Good play and move from Narman just to stop the hasted TA, but now they know Womi's alone. As soon as he TP's bottom, Ace 12 was pinging Womi like, this guy sticks around, we go in him. We don't let him play here by himself. But yeah, unfortunately for Sanctity, unable to connect with the haste room, but with the haste, he's able to get right back to the mid lane, so he doesn't waste too much time or anything. Both mid and top lane continue to go well, and you know, it's TA. Her job isn't to really gank. The only reason she makes that move is because haste rune, that's like the one rune that allows you to make a play like that. Doesn't work out. He's like, okay, let's focus on doing TA things, farming my jungle, stacking camps, getting my item timings.
Nice little pick me up though from Wami. I think it was a triple at the Ancients. So he gets his level 6 now. Even gets a bounty from the shovel, which you'll take whatever you can get.
Oh, he's not using it.
I
guess TB's taking chip best, unfortunately.
He's going to be in trouble, though. They'll see him rotating back with this Observer Ward.
Got a Sentry. And also they'll have the vision from the Thirst if they get him low enough. But he's playing very defensively. He seems to be well aware of this Skyrat's presence up here. They don't have vision in the top lane, but they have it in that top river. So I think they've been able to recognize that Skyrath is still playing in the neighborhood. Ace 12 finally comes in to block the Ancients. That I feel like if he'd done that sooner, it would have really crippled the Sanking's game. So, Rupture. Only just TP's out.
Maybe 4-2-3 stepped a bit too far. Oh, speedy boy.
Got out. Yeah. Sanking didn't TP to base, so he wasn't healing. He TP'd to the tier 2. Good use of the voice line. Although wrong team.
You got to use them at the perfect timing. I'm a big fan of the voice lines, but the full effectiveness. What's going on? Coil out. Where's the Sunray from Narman, though, to burn down the Refraction? It's going to come through the last second of the Dispose as well to toss him further back into the river, but yeah, they don't have the damage to kill off Sanctity.
Yeah. Honestly, that's what, you can tell he's a TA player. Like, he's putting himself in a position where he can theoretically get ganked, but he does so because he has double refraction. So yeah, they can burn through it the first time, but then he's able to recast it since the duration and cooldown kind of match itself. So he got value out of this first one and then had a way to recast it. So they were never going to bring him down.
$3,000 net worth lead though for Lilgun. 10 minutes in, so everything is looking like they're clicking on all cylinders to be able to find this really big BKB timing from both the cores. They got a pretty gigantic stack as well for Sanctity to be able to fall back on. Do you feel like Army Genius is this in the back of their mind, maybe to contest this, or they're not in the position to do so?
They will be for sure with Sanking Blink. Phoenix level 6, he needs his Tome of Knowledge. He's actually short on gold. But yeah, I mean, their team fight's insane. Like, it's Sanking, Phoenix, Puck. Theoretically, they could even bring TB in early for some like metamorphosis fighting, but just those first 3 heroes I mentioned, they'll be ready to contest stacks. But the big thing is getting vision and making the right timings and smoke moves. It's easier said than done. Dire is gonna. They're well aware of this potential for the team fight to come and gank the TA, and that's why they're setting up wards all around the TA's Ancients. One right on the top of the ramp, one on the other side of the river. They're using the TA traps to protect that area of the map. They're just doing everything right to play defensive for now. Like, they're going to play with pace once they get these BKBs, but they don't really want to fight into mass AoE team fight until they have them.
We've got all 3 cores that are just free farming. The Bloodseeker as well picked up his really farming accelerant in the Maelstrom. 4-2-3 getting it a pretty decent timing, and he's back to the jungle. And yeah, I mean, Army Geniuses without... The only way they really pressure towers is the use of the meta. And you see DB, he hasn't been forced away from his own bottom jungle, so they seem like they're pretty happy with at least... Well, maybe happy is not the right word. I feel like they're forced into this position just because of how the lanes were set up. But they do have this blink now, so We might see, you know, Blink Epi. You can take a bit of a team fight, actually, because you have Coil and Supernova as well. And with the haste to 0, there we go. Coil's out. They're going to try and bring down the Skyreth Mage. And they should be able to do so with relative ease. So that's a bit of a kill, and you'll take whatever you get, especially with the 0 getting closer now to the Witchblade.
Instantly TP's mid. There is an Arcane Rune, which looks like Sanctity will win the race too, so... You definitely want to deny these runes from Puck, because at least this phase of the game is where Army Geniuses are going to be more active. They've got, you know, a level 11 Puck, they've got Sanking Blink. They're behind on gold, but they're the ones who want to make plays, while Lilgun mostly looking to farm. Maelstrom Bloodseeker, just going to be chilling, farming some stacks in jungle. Same for the TA, as you said. BKB timings is really what they're all about right now. Monkey King is going to be on top lane duty.
They're looking for a kill bottom on 11.
Oh, okay.
They got meta, and they should be able to run into 11 in the tree line. Great use of the reflection, but the team's TPing in. They're going to be really quick with the kill and then look to get out, but the Roots locking DB along with Varish into place. They're going to try and drop the Mystic Flare. The damage is enough to at least trade the life of the Underlord for the Marcy, but it is Army Geniuses that come out on top in that trade.
Yeah, you got the Underlord. Both teams rotating a lot of heroes to do so. And Sanctity's still farming, though. I feel like in some ways, like, yeah, they get the bigger kill, but at the same time, Lilgun are farming where it matters. Like, the Underlord having, like, this great game and getting a lot of farm isn't really a necessary component of their game going well, so... They're able, the fact they're able to defend the top lane, and, you know, it's a Monkey King, him getting farm doesn't matter, but it's more just, like, the idea that they're defending all their towers, they've yet to lose a single one, and they're getting farm on TA. That's really what counts more than anything. But, hey, TP's having a free time. Like, he's the one hero keeping up in terms of farm. And he's the one hero that scales probably better than anyone. So his matchup against the TA and his ability to go late game is really what, you know, that's the plan B for Army Geniuses. They plan A, let's team fight, let's win some, you know, let's take some fights right now, contest stacks, but the plan B, TB, is a pretty solid one.
Charging up the epicenter. They have the ward on Ace 12's position, so they're going to be able to bring down the Sky to start. I don't think they get 11. They've got 2 points in the Sunray, so they'll make the attempt. 4-2-3 and Sanctity are moving to the area, but they need a way to be able to protect the Supernova, and they don't have a way. Wami just gets the Burrow Strike up, but he's going to move into his own grave. As now Azura, he orbs to the right, so he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Actually, he's able to finish the kill. Hunting him, though. Okay. Boundless still on cooldown for 10. He should make it.
Yeah, Monkey King could go hunting, but Boundless Strike in 3, so... Pug deciding not to TP out or anything. They'll lose this tower.
Oh, beautiful! The last second time. Orbs up in 2 seconds. They've got the Sunray as well. That should be enough to keep Azura alive. And they're starting to make their way bottom. Wami only 2 points in the Burrow Strike, so the range isn't the greatest. They also see Ace 12 starting to converge bottom as well, so...
This Bloodseeker is pretty fast. I don't know if you want to fight into him while Puck's so low. So it does look like they'll decide against re-engaging. Whew. I don't know what happened that fight. Who comes out on top?
Our TB's got Manta and he took T1 top. Like, he's been free farming, but also Sanctity got involved a little bit. This is all down to this tier 1 tower. If you're able to get this tower, then it opens up the pit for Lilgun. You can get a lot more aggressive with your heroes because you are looking for pickoffs. So I think the next couple of minutes come down to if Army Geniuses waste their ultimates and don't get enough value out of them, then Lilgun are just going to instantly convert to get this tier 1. And then it's going to be so important for kind of the mid game.
They definitely need to get kills during them because any drawn-out fight, like that's where Bloodseeker and TA are like so happy. They need to get kills, yeah, during Coil, during Supernova, during Epicenter. Kind of Norman just diving in for a Supernova with nothing to protect it, as we just saw, unfortunately. But yeah, as long as they're alive, they can always contest a Roshan because of how scary this team fight is. They smoke up, they've got good vision in the semi-jungle. They actually see 11 making his way towards top, and they know he's alone, so they may just want to jump him and take the free kill.
And they will.
Yep.
This is an incredible play from Army Geniuses. You look to connect to your Terrorblade because he has meta to play with, so if you win a team fight, you can take an objective, and they're going to look for Roche instead. So that read is just perfect. You know the farming pattern at TB, moving top, and you always keeping tabs on when your carry can get involved.
Dire's top tower
And
is under attack.
Lilgun had no idea. They were actually scanning Roshan. Like right before he died, they thought maybe they're Roshan. Let's scan this just to make sure that TB isn't doing something sneaky with illusions and metamorphosis. But honestly, yeah, great move from Army of Geniuses. They get the kill. They continue to control this top side of the map. They continue also to defend the mid tier 1. Both teams in their mid tier 1s is so important, as you mentioned, for Roshan control. Lilgun, I feel like their draft is designed to kind of snowball off of these BKBs and Roshan ages, but there's no guarantees they're going to be able to just because they get BKBs doesn't mean they're going to suddenly win fights. Like there's insta stuns, there's ways to play around BKBs on the Army Gene side. Not to mention a farm TB who can easily kill heroes during BKB.
Well, they do have their first on Lilgun. Lotziko has his last component coming out, and where is Sanctity up to? Can always disassemble the Dragon Lance if required. So he's going to be pretty close to his own BKB. It's soon to be go time though on Lilgun.
By the way, pretty unconventional item pickup. Satanic on TB, second item.
Ooh.
So, you know, you talk about you want to play, you know, against Bloodseeker, you need a carry that just stands their ground while ruptured. This item gives it to you.
Also, some incredible value with the Dispel this game. Ancient Seal, get rid of some of the roots, the silence on the Bloodseeker. So, not only do you have the Manta, but now you have a kind of second item to play with. So, that might... You do have to be a bit cautious, though. I don't know if they can stun him into Mystic Flare, because all it is really the Boundless. So, maybe he doesn't need a BKB this game with kind of the more defensive route he's gone down. I
think it's like you just get enough stats that you survive through the...
Sure.
I mean, there isn't much of a chain stun, like you said. It's like there's like chain silences, but the nice thing is, like, you can always just, like you say, dispel off the silence, but when you need to sunder. So there's not really a window for them to, like, chain your silences because he can use his items, the way you can chain stun. So I honestly really like his itemization this game. I think it's really clever. And it's going to cause Lilgun problems when it comes to killing this TB. They're probably going to have to focus the supporting cast. Like, TB can't just 1v5, so... But if you go in the TB first, I think the fight's going to go poorly for Lilgun.
And they do have the capability, I think, to kill the supporting cast. You're going to have Kishka probably... It's going to be, I think, a jump in from Sanctity with the Blink, and then Kishka will boundless one of the supports so they can get that kill. Preferably the Phoenix is who they're targeting. And then maybe that can open up the fight to find another pick off then. And look at Kishka. He might be in trouble. How long's Swami's TP? He's the first to make it. Beautifully done. They'll deal with this pest gun bottoming Kishka. It's multiple heroes though, so it does kind of free up mid though. Yeah.
So actually, I think you're fine with that if you're Lilgun. You're not giving up Roshan. It never feels good when you TP back to, like, the bottom tier 2 tower, unless there's, like, a team fight happening. Like, multiple TPs, like, that's just a part of the map where you don't want to play. Like, one hero wants to play down there and just soak up the farm, but you don't want to have 2 to 3 heroes. You want to play aggressive. You want to be pushing out mid, pushing out top. You know, you're playing Radiant. You want to control the Roshan area. So, that was a good move from Lilgun, who showing the strength of this TA now. Sanctity...
The Arc Rift to the back. Wami.
Whoa.
He's going to be caught inside. The first run into the follow-up. Azura's going to try and deal with the support on the backline in the Skyeth Mage, but has to be cautious now with the Ancient Seal. Azura's going to try and duck out to the right, but Sanctity's in. It's a lot of damage in 4-2-3. Oh, he doesn't taunt away, but Ace 12, he's going to run straight into the Skyeth Mage instead. And that's Roche now. You've already taken tier 1. Sanctity, he's instantly going to beeline to the pit.
There's just so many silences, and now they've got the Atos as well. So the silences plus the roots, there's the Atos plus Pit, there's the Skywrath silence, and it just makes life for heroes like this Puck and even the Sand King so miserable. And that's exactly like you say, they're just looking for that one fight.
Oh, they can fight this. Well. They can fight this. They have Supernova and Wami up. DB's ready to go.
Gets the vision.
Look at the Sunray, man.
If you're Lilgun, you got to get out. You got to give this one up. Come back another day.
Do you force it?
Next team fight with you. I don't. I mean, Lilgun definitely do not want to right now.
But can Army Geniuses?
It's tricky. I think just putting yourself in the pit is not the easiest way to go about it because they don't have defensive either. Like there's no BKB on TB. Puck can't really go in the pit, so you're asking to kind of get initiated on by some kind of boundless strike into Blood Riot. And it does seem like the main goal is just to keep Lilgun out of the pit right now. They've succeeded that, so they'll keep the illusion in the pit, keep scouting things out, and wait for that next big team fight.
It's a big rune though for DB to find. It's the illusion rune, satanic, so he should be able to push out multiple lanes or just get a lot more farm onto the neutrals. It still is Lilgun though with a very heavy advantage. The Sand King is just finding nothing out of the map. 0-4-4 is Wommy. So it's not like what we saw 11. It's going to be a completely different game. That Sand King who scaled for Lilgun, yeah, it's not going to be the case here for Army Geniuses.
Yeah. It does feel like the lead is maybe a tiny bit misleading. Just because Lilgun super strong now. They could just suddenly break home in this game with this gank here.
Look at the triangle.
Marcy.
DB, he's going to do a lot of damage. 4-2-3 needs to respect the Turret Blade. Can he mancer off the Sandstone? Needs trouble. He can't find a Sunder target. DB, no he doesn't. Norman tried to fly into the middle, but it was a bit too late. And now Lilgun, oh man, just entering the triangle. This should be Roche now.
Great. It's a little smoke move. They get the jump. They get the rupture on the TB. I think he maybe popped his Satanic a little early. And once he popped Metamorphosis Satanic, everyone just we're like, okay, let's chill. Let's let him just sit there in the Skywrath ultimate melting away. And Sanctity, he blinks in. He's BKBing. He just BKBs just to stop Sunder. There wasn't a single spell that he was worried about other than Sunder when he BKB'd there. Roshan being claimed. Puck didn't get the orb timing right with his guess, so he won't get a chance to go for a steal. So this is what Lilgun were waiting for. I think Army Genius did a really good job of contesting the first couple, but their draft is just unforgiving. I mean, any draft against a TA, you lose one fight, you lose Roshan. That's just the nature of how TA drafts work.
4-2-3, he's going this Ag Shard next as well in the Bloodseeker. So he's going to start doing a lot of damage. The lads. I mean, TB has a bunch of armor, but you got the Maelstrom procs, you got the pure damage soon to be coming out. So it's not only the Templar Assassin you have to be worried about.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be buying it right now, even though he's got the money. Wonder if he's going to prioritize the butterfly over it, or what's the plan here. But either way, it does sound like a really nice. And yeah, they've got not just the BKBs on the mid and carry. 11 on his Underlord has a BKB now, so he's not going to be afraid of any kind of puck. Really, the Puck's job is going to be trying to get some of these backline supports, particularly the Skywrath Mage, who is just so pesky in these fights. But Puck can't play that aggressive. There's too many things that kill him. There's now even a Orchid on the Monkey King, so many ways that you can just get caught out here if you're an Army Genius, hero that relies on mobility. Not just Puck, but heroes like Phoenix, same thing. If you get these silences and roots, just make life so miserable.
Yeah, and it's not like the yours is going to help out too much, because you use off the Orchid or one of the Silence, but you just drop Pit. it's a very wonky item to be playing with, but for me, did he? Wait, I don't know what happened with the Silence. He must have silenced a creep. I think TB needs Skadi, and I don't think they are going to be able to win a fight unless Lilgun mess up somewhere in the team fight, and it's the Phoenix and kind of Sand King that can win them over with their ultimates. Otherwise, we're really looking for DB Skadi to be the time where they feel maybe strong to be able to fight back Lilgun.
Yeah, and realistically, their late game timing looks really good. Like, big team fight around Coil plus Egg. You've got the Marcy disposed to break Coil. You've got a TB against Bloodseeker TA. Like, this is a really good TB game. So I don't mind seeing Army Geniuses just slow it down, turtle it up. You're playing against an Aegis TA. Don't take team fights, even though you've got this big team fight draft, because you're just getting out farmed and you're being outgunned just based on net worth right now. So stalling out this game, using TB to split push, and just taking a fight, like you say, with Skadi, or even just more farm, more levels. Like, don't fight for another 10 minutes. Like that favors Army Genius as long as they're not getting too heavily out farmed.
The high ground defense is not the greatest, though. You're not going to see high ground this ages, but if you get a fast roast spawn on the next, maybe they're still not set up by that stage, then it's going to be very difficult to prevent Lilgun from getting objectives.
Radiant's middle tower has
No,
fallen.
it's hard. Like someone like Sankin can't really. He can frontline, but it's tricky because Bloodseeker will just throw a rupture on him maybe. Then he gets forced back. He may just
Dire's
die
top
if
tower
he gets
is
blinked
under
on. So
attack.
definitely a scenario where, at least for now, they're okay with this first Aegis, but they may be put under pressure to contest the next Roshan.
They're reading DB perfectly.
And he's got no BKB. He can't just TP out. He can't BKB TP. If he gets found, he's dead. Even if he gets a Sunder off, like they'll kill him eventually. So he makes his way to the trees and TP's home. That honestly could have been really bad for Army Geniuses.
Let's force them all top though, so this could give a bit of a opportunity for Army Geniuses just to get into their jungle and maybe get some wards up or D-ward as well. I have a lot of control bottom. They are starting to mass TP down actually. It's going to be the Monkey and TA that reclaim this side of the map.
They have all this vision. They see all these heroes down here.
Wummy. Oh, great reaction from Kishka with the silence. They're going to be able to join them with the Dark Rift, the Boundless Strike, so Sanctity can set up with the damage. Supernova the last second, but again, there's no way to protect it. Egg goes down, and 423's going to charge onto DP. Gotta get out. I don't know if Army Genius can take this fight. They might get the first life, though. The Illusion should finally deal with the TA's Aegis.
Okay. And they pulled back on Sankin there. That was just...
That
That fight was doomed before it even began. When you're fighting into all that Lilgun vision, like, I think, cute idea. Like, Wormy's like, okay, I got this Yule Scepter. They're going to silence me. I can pop the Yules and then use my spells. But there's follow-up on the enemy. You use yourself, and then there's a Pit of Malice waiting for you. So even though you can get out of silences, there's so many other things that the Yules is bad against. So such a tough game for Wormy. He's got a Lotus queued up. I feel like he needs a BKB
They're
almost.
stalking DB. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
No, it's okay. He's got 5k gold. He needs to buy something soon. He can't
Wummy's
just sit around with all the
in.
gold.
Sunry,
He just
look at
pulled
all the
back.
percent damage. There's going to be a big kill on 11, and they'll get it. Sanctity's going to be okay off the back of the haste. Zero doesn't have the coil to be playing with, so he will be able to get out. They've got the Skadi now completed as well.
It's like they want to chase for more, but can't find anything just yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This
Okay.
tier 1 mid tower would be a really nice pickup for them. The center being primed in case they need it for a fight here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Wummy, oh no. Oh boy.
Look, Lilgun didn't realize. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not sure if he intentionally cast it thinking a fight was about to happen, or if he just messed up the pump faking. Let's say someone pick up your quickening charm. Don't lose another neutral item.
Okay. Okay.
Dire's top
Being left for the
tower
puck.
is
That's a
under
really
attack.
nice one for the puck to have.
It's really big now that Army Genius get that tower, because it can just at least open up you to get better wards down. You've got 2 around mid, which hopefully you're able to take a fight with, and you see they are kind of grouping up, making sure this doesn't get de-watered for free. But if they lose these wards, the map's going to go once again back to darkness. Lilgun, they always have this advantage with the Monkey Scout for the TA traps. They've got some incredible kind of deep lane wards as well that I've been impressed with how they've been able to position them. So all eyes on Army Geniuses and how they can play around mid with their vision. And, well, they're going to lose the Phoenix. Jesus, Sanctity up to mega killing streak.
Yeah, they're just using their vision so well. I feel like these traps not being de-warded, I guess. I don't know if that's the correct word, but these traps not being killed is a big issue. Like, Radiant need a gem in my mind. I think maybe Puck or Sankin could carry it. Probably the Puck is your best bet. Maybe Puck probably doesn't want to buy it, but these traps just give too much info. Like, the entire Dire triangle is trapped up, while the bottom jungle has observer wards, sentries everywhere. So there's just not many parts of the map where Army Geniuses can walk without being scouted out.
And if they can get to that stage, though, on Army Geniuses, what's the probability? Yeah, 70% still for them. I mean, if you can get the puck to 25, that is a gigantic timing. Just, I mean, with all the BKB emphasis and the requirement of TA and Bloodseeker not to be kited. So I really think for Lilgun, this game needs to end, or they need to get like 2 full sets of barracks off this next Aegis.
Yeah, I don't think their position's helpful. I think 17% is not giving them credit. You know, they've got this TB. Like, I would say it's probably 30% maybe. But Scotty TB now, 3k health. Like, they haven't got crazy damage to deal with him. I mean, they've got a lot of silence. They've got a lot of ways to kite him. That's where this TB's game is a little bit rough. He's very reliant on his teammates. Like, he can't just have his teammates die. Otherwise, the kiting problem gets really bad. Like, he needs his teammates to lock people down. You know, he needs them to be using their like defensive stuff on him.
They silence a creep.
Oh no!
They've got the Boundless with the Mystic Flares on the cliff. Oh no! Oh, it's so awkward.
Boy.
What's
Sounds
going?
Again?
He's got the abilities back up. Oh, he's gonna use them to the left. Okay, goes to the right. He's got no mana. He's got no mana. He's dead. They're gonna chase him. I don't think he makes it out with no mana. I don't know how he's going to be able to Boundless Strike afterwards. They get all the silence they would ever need, and
Think of it
oh
as a
no,
new
oh, Zera's gone.
Yeah, I think the Mystic Flare has been invisible for me all game.
Oh really? Oh yeah, okay.
One little bug. I remember seeing bottom lane. Someone's just dying over time. Like, oh, I guess that's Mystic Flare. And now, like, I'm just not seeing a single Mystic Flare. Definitely makes watching Dota interesting.
Beta game. It's okay. It's okay. We'll be upgraded shortly to Dota 3.
Yes. I think dream on with that one with Valve. Valve and games going to 3. I don't know.
Radiant's courier has
But
been killed.
yeah, this is a tough game for Puck. You want to be split pushing. He's only died twice. Honestly, considering the heroes you're against, hats off to Azura. He's had a solid game. But needs this Lincoln Sphere, needs any defensive items he can get. I honestly just expect him to go like Lincoln's and Aeon Disc or something. Maybe just needs whatever he can just to be able to stay alive. They're playing around these trees mid, but Sanking's being scattered by a trap. Again, these traps are just, you know, you want to use these parts of the map where you think you're being sneaky and trap. Take that away.
Roche is gone. Dude, they got a
smoke on the
DD.
trap too. They see him coming.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
Sanctity ages Ag Shard, and alright, this is it, Lilgun. This is the ages. This is the ages to really break this game open.
It's such a vision thing. The only reason, like, yeah, okay, the big reason is DD, but I'd say the bigger reason is the traps, like the vision they're getting. The reason they know they're not going to get jumped in the Roshan pit there is because they saw everybody. They saw 2 heroes sitting on this psionic trap in the mid lane, and then they saw them smoke on the trap, but they knew Roche was like already dead by the time they smoked, so.
Azura?
Oh,
no! They're gonna miss the Boundless again. Oh, he should be okay.
Or, okay. Ooh, he didn't orb very far though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's starting to, the team needs to connect to the park. Everyone else a little bit slow actually on Lilgun to follow up.
Yeah. Maybe they're
Radiant's
signaling they
top
just want to
tower
focus
has
these
fallen.
objectives. Like, let's not chase these heroes around. No need to chase
Dire's
ghosts. Let's just
bottom
focus the
tower is under
objectives.
attack.
They're playing around a ward here. They've left the Radiant
Radiant are
Sentry
scanning.
almost as like a little bait there on that cliff. I think they know, like, okay, maybe they're gonna think it's, you know, there's no wards up here because of their sentry. But perhaps finally they'll take it out. As at this point, Army Geniuses are probably well and truly just gonna be forced to turtle in their own base.
I don't think they're not in a position though to take a fight. I think it just has to be in the right place where you have a ward on the higher ground, where you're able to get set up in a choke point where Wommy can finally get a jump onto multiple heroes where the coil is going to be able to protect the egg. And if they have that opportunity, then I think the fight can go well. It doesn't even matter if they have the ages. But the issue is now that you're going to lose full map control where you can't get those wards set up in that location.
Denied.
They
don't want to play high ground defense. They want to go be aggressive.
onto the Bloodseeker. The chain control needs to be fair, but if they can get the BKB off, and 423 does, is going to be able to run out of range of the Supernova. DB's trying to chase him down. Meanwhile, they're able to get rid of Wommy, but the coil leashing them together. DB's going to look to enter the fight with the Metamorphosis. It's plenty of damage to get rid of both supports, but can the Terrorblade do it by himself now? Turns for the Sunder, trying to stand toe-to-toe versus Sanctity. Keep in mind the TA has the second life to play with. Buybacks coming out from either side, but they should be able to set up for round 2 on Army Geniuses. They have the damage over time to go through Sanctity with the BKB already on cooldown. They get the TA. Now they can look to chain this into more kills as Kishka Well, he rejoined the fight. The Skadi slow the damage over time. There's no trees to play with. And Azura fights a triple kill. So Army Geniuses, they hold off the Aegis advantage. And maybe now they might be back in this game.
We're seeing what this TB can do now. He's coming online, and it's starting to look a whole lot better for Army Geniuses. This Marcy made some great plays with the initiation there, just using this rebound to get these disposals off to start things off. Sanking willing to put his body on the line to get a good initiation off, and yeah, it's just a great call. Jump on the Bloodseeker, the hero without Aegis, even though he has BKB, and they don't immediately kill him. He actually survives. It forces Lilgun to take this fight that they don't really want to fight into a TB who was just unstoppable. Metamorphosis, he's almost level 25 now. This TB is a big problem.
Soon to be Butterfly. I also just want to quickly mention Titan Sliver this game is like one of the better items TB could have gotten. Someone,
For sure.
A little bit of magic resistance, which is incredible versus kind of some of the bursts you were saying. Maybe he's just looking to tank up for the Mystic Flare. Bottom lane, Azura and Wami, before 2-3, he should be able to get the Sand King. He's actually going to look to TP out instead. Do they double back with the Fiend's Gate? 11's going in. Oh no, what's going on? 11 is in, is out, snatch and grab, and he's out with murder.
So good. That's so... that is a way to use a Fiend's Gate. I love... That's something new. For a second, I was like, is Bloodseeker going to cancel his TP? He could have canceled his TP to kill the Sand King. Then he may have died, because Puck was there, could Dream Call him, wait for backup, but why stop your TP when you've got an Underlord who can swoop on in to secure that kill?
Alright, this is a big item, Parker. We got Avarish now with the gem. So you've been speaking a lot about the vision and what the traps has been providing them. So finally, now that Army Geniuses should be able to at least minimize some of the effectiveness from the traps.
Yeah. I feel like the vision has been such a key part of Lilgun controlling the map and controlling this game. But maybe bigger issue is going to be the fact that they're just getting more farm across the board. Like Sand King has the same 3 position, same net worth as like a 4-position Monkey. This Monkey has Orchid and soon to be Hex. Underlord is like transitioning into a counter. He's got a Leveler, BKB, Shiva's Guard. He's right clicking plus 250 damage, you know. Like in these fights, if he is able to bring this bonus damage to a fight, he can't really deal with the TB or right click down the TB, but everyone else can definitely melt to this Underlord.
Uh-oh. They have a double damage rune on Sanctity again, and 25. DB's going to be farming under a trap. They are all nearby.
They missed
he gets a Linkage, but look at the damage coming through. Wami instantly with a Power Strike, holding Sanctity back, but he's able to get the Blink. They're going to try and turn to deal with the egg, but they don't have the right clicks. It's a really heavy commitment, though, from Army Genius. There's multiple ultimates forced out to start the fight, but they're going to turn to try and bring down Sanctity. Coil out, damage from TB. They just blow Sanctity up, no remorse from them, and they're going to move this onto another kill. Azura, though, needs to be cautious. Mix the Flare along with the Pit. He'll just get out. Army Geniuses again, though, another successful skirmish.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, man. That honestly could have and should have been so good for Lilgun. One missing Boundless Strike and Puck there is just so costly. Like that, Puck just instantly dies. Like he should die during the Boundless Strike. Maybe Marcy tries to save him with a Dispose, but I think even that isn't enough. But yeah, you miss the Boundless Strike. It means that Puck is able to get the Yule. Like he gets silenced, but then he just Yule Scepters himself and stays alive. So misusing your spells or missing a spell can just have such dire consequences at this stage of the game.
Oh, okay. DB's actually opted for the Trickster Cloak instead. So 20% magic resistance and a bunch of evasion on top of the Butterfly. Okay, I was going to say you need an MKB, but Templar Assassin has one at least.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the Titan Sliver more. I'm a little surprised to see this. I mean, the magic, he's just so tanky. Now that he's 25, it doesn't make him tanky, but now, you know, he's just super high level. The magic resistance plus evasion just means, you know, doesn't die to either physical or magic damage all that easily, so.
What's
Let's see where it goes from here.
Oh, all right, this is big, Parker. Azura, he's going to have 25. This creep wave coming up, and he should be able to get the jungle as well. That's so important now. I mean, we've seen the eggs multiple times. It has been going off these past couple of fights, and now with coil to protect it. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, well, they were starting to come bottom, so I hope he gets it before a fight.
Like, these late game fights, killing the egg just gets harder and harder. Like, those early fights went really bad because Norman would kind of egg in the front lines and, you know, the egg would melt. But now that there's all these, like, items, it's a level 3 egg, so it's just way harder to kill. And no one's hitting it easily. Like, with a puck coil, like, level 25 puck coil, good luck killing an egg if you're trapped in that. So, it does feel like these team fights are only getting better and better for Army Geniuses. Win probability is only up to 32%. If anything, I feel like this game is 50-50 at best, or I think you could even make an argument it's Army Geniuses favored right now. That's how good I think their position is.
It's funny you bring that up because that's honestly the point I was going to mention next. Yeah, I really feel like this is Army Geniuses' game now. It's gotten to that stage where we've spoken a lot about the late game and then the Terrorblade being a really nice answer to the Templar Assassin. So what's your thoughts on this refresher on 423? It's a bit of an interesting item choice.
It's just double BKB, really. I mean, gets to refresh some of his spells and ruptures and stuff too, but I think, you know, it's just like this new late game carry. I like it a lot. Like, the rupture isn't like crazy good against these heroes, but
I didn't even know what was going on. Dude, they just...
someone needs to pick this up.
All right. So what do we got? DB got Scepter, and he has Ages, and I believe that Cheese is given over to the Sand King.
Okay. Yeah. Ags, Terror Wave coming in, so... I'm not sure how good this is going to be. The Fear? Ooh. One Rupture coming out. Here they come. There's smoke. They want to get a jump here with Womi in the front lines. Womi going to feel like he can actually play a bit more aggressive with Cheese now.
Spider Legs too is very important for the Sand King, just how he's able to position and maybe get an inch closer, a separate location where they probably won't expect the Sand King to come from. So he's up to level 22. We'll see what he can do to the later stages, really relying on him to get that start. But it's, well, Army Geniuses, they're going to have the net worth lead for the first time this game if this tower goes down.
That's the Ags. Yeah, the Ags. I was about to say, wasn't it just like a 6k gold lead for Lilgun? But yeah, getting in one Ags blessing, that's like 6k net worth or something. So all of a sudden, yeah, they're the ones in complete control. They keeping Lilgun in their bases, and you know, Lilgun, it just feels like they're waiting for a mistake to happen, and we're not seeing any from Army Geniuses. Like, Lilgun are feeling the pressure. They know their draft has not snowballed the way they would have hoped it for, and they don't have any answers for this TB, so they're going to get put under pressure. TB could just walk at their base and start just poking at these buildings. The illusions alone won't get the job done, though, since those do get easily cleared out. So I just feel like Army Geniuses may have to wait for some kind of a pick-off here.
It's not going to be easy to find, though. Kishka can deal with the side lanes very easily. Their high ground defense is incredible with the Underlord.
I'm trying to lay a trap up top, but no one's falling for that one. They actually scanned it out. As soon as Puck TP top, he threw a scan there, and I think he saw something coming his way, so... I love the discipline here. You see nobody farming this top creep wave, as Kishka and Ace are just like, surely someone's coming. Orchid plus Hex with a Skyreth. Like, you melt to this combo. Telescope Aether Lens. This Skyreth has insane... His cast range, like Mystic Flare, he can cast from a mile away.
Jeez,
off the screen.
Holy. Oh my god. What do you go 20? Oh, the global concussive.
And you know, level 20 Skyreth, he's doing a lot of damage. The Ancient Seal, that Insta Silence is a crazy cast range too. There's a Hex, so I mean, this Skyreth is someone you definitely can't ignore in a team fight. Especially as your BKBs get shorter and shorter.
What do you do though if you're Army? Oh, finally. Yeah, they'll take whoever they can get in the Marcy. Oh, they waited long enough. The patience paying off. Oh, Zura. He gets a coil to 2. The rest have raided their suit to connect. Womi's going to be in with the epicenter. Support supports locked outside the base. They should be able to bring them down easy like that. DB standing ground, so they won't be able to move in from Lilgun. Hang on, Puck. Oh, okay. Lincoln's going to protect him. Get the gem.
Rupture will wear off on tanking, so... They do force the buyback. I guess, you know, the patience kind of paid off, but it felt like Army Geniuses almost knew they were waiting to do that because they responded so damn quickly.
So what he did, Mystic Flare! He almost ticked out. All right, he will tick out.
The Rupture, yeah. This is so annoying for TB to play. I mean, that Aegis was expiring in a minute, so it's not like the end of the world. I don't think they were going to get high. Honestly, like going high ground against this Lilgun draft is just so obnoxious. This Skywrath high ground defense, like anybody who gets stunned or rooted just seems to melt. And then you've got Rupture where like you don't want to move in Rupture, but then suddenly there's a Mystic Flare in your head. Good luck staying alive.
So is this just a...
I think this...
I was just is this just a hole inside the base for until Roche? Like, what's in store for us for the next couple of minutes?
To me, this is where Army Geniuses play like the, you know, the starvation game. Like you're gonna hide in your base. Well, we're not gonna, you know, try and siege your impenetrable fortress. We're just gonna sit outside and wait till you run out of food. Wait till you get hungry, because this 4 or 5k gold lead will very quickly become 10, 15k if Lilgun aren't leaving their base to go farm. Right now, Army Geniuses can farm the entire map, can farm all the jungle, can wait for Roshan, can get all these power runes, like a DD in a team fight. We see TB get a bottle passed over to him, so he's going to have a bottled up DD. It just gives Army Geniuses basically the balls in their court. They can get super fat. They can wait for that key moment to take a fight, unless... Oh, my God. Puck just blinked in, popped a smoke, and got out. That was honestly so damn good. Because Lilgun were finally like, screw this. If we're in our base, we're going to lose. We got to go out and make something happen, and then as soon as they're ready.
Doesn't look like they have any more smokes as well to play with on Lilgun. So you're probably now needing to talk as a team on and how you take this next fight, and more than likely it's going to be for Roche. What is...
Dark Rift.
Spark's coming! Wait, TA's there too? No, what's going on? Templar Assassin, you have to hope she's gonna buy back because she is without a doubt dead! They get the Supernova to cancel the Dark Rift back in! Wait, who's in the base? What's Farish doing?
Honestly, casting games with the new Fiend Skate, like they Fiend Skated just to go to the secret shop. TA wanted in too. She bought an Aeon disc. I don't know if she just bought it then to like save her life. But very patient. Like Sanctity waited to BKB until Coil was done so that to make sure that he could get home in the Dark Rift. That Dark Rift lasted just long enough to get him out of there.
And that kill gets him out on the map. So now Kishka won't be able to D-ward because Azura and Wami instantly making sure they can protect the ward, but Wami's stuck on the high ground. So the Mystic Flare is going to be enough to get the kill. Maybe they can turn it to the puck next as well. Control, that's the question. Can they lock the puck into place? Gets the full distance. The Jordan's going to look for a TP out. Azura, can they get him? Atos is there, the nick of time. And Azura is cleaned up.
This game is just so chaotic. Like the way Lilgun have to approach every fight is just in such scrappy fashion. They can't do like a let's run at them as 5 and take a 5v5 team fight the honorable way. They've got to do all these like cutesy, scrappy plays to stand a chance, and they're just executing this chaotic gameplay so well that they finally found the openings to get these kills. Pucker's buyback as to Sanking, but it always feels like it doesn't feel good to buy back just to save one lane of racks, but it could become 2 very quickly with bottom lane also exposed.
What? Lilgun the first ones to siege when Army Geniuses felt like they were in the lead. They're gonna buy back on Puck, but the root gets them out. They'll land the coin, but look how long this pit is, TP. He's on the 3rd time. Oh my God, this talent of the root, TV just can't close the distance to buy back on the Puck. A full set of barracks, and Lilgun, they are out.
Yep, and Underlord playing with a Timeless Relic as well. He's been swapping back and forth a bit, and now they're back bottom. They defend top, and now they come in.
Oh no.
Ooh, I don't know if Army G's are going to be ready for this. They should be, because they're not going to see anybody top at all. So they're playing on their, you know, in their triangle around their high ground. They get some wards down. Roshan's back in 30 seconds. Both teams going to have their eyes closely focused around the pit very soon, or if maybe, you know, already, because they don't know this respawn time.
Of course there's a DD. Why wouldn't there be a goddamn DD? Oh, that's... Where'd Wami's Corey just die? I've been looking for the second gem. I don't know where it is.
Maybe he was sending it out to save the gem?
Maybe Varish just bought one as well. So all right, that's big. Now you at least have a gem, because Lilgun had this advantage of, I mean, we've spoken about the gem this game, but the fact that Army Genius maybe, you know, Trap could scout out Roche or the supports on the backline, but this is it. I mean, his Roche fight is going to be so important again. What's his 4th, 5th Roche? I don't know. Oh, not a DD Terrorblade.
Repping the. Okay, that's it. He still had the Philosopher's Stone. He finally. I was like, dude, you have a Timeless Relic. Don't swap in it. You can't swap in and out. You just gotta keep the neutral item you want. Like that Philosopher's Stone gold is just not game changing enough at this point. Both teams posturing. Both teams smoked. Everything coming down to this next Roshan. Everyone, like all these level 25s coming into play now. These fights are about to get real crazy.
Kill the trap. Don't hit Roche. Kill the trap. Kill the trap in the pit. Oh no. Oh,
no.
Kill the trap.
Yeah, his refresher, I think, is the really big item pickup that's gonna maybe could change the outcome of these fights. Like if they get kited and, you know, this scrappy Lilgun, let's pick them apart one by one using this crazy Skywrath cast range, the Mystic Flare and whatnot. You know, then it doesn't matter. But like if TP can utilize double BKB, double meta, you know, that should be the king of late game team fights.
Trying to get Narman close to that 25. Tome's going to be delivered over to the Phoenix, but Soya hit 24 as well, so they will not have that extra talent for this team fight, and more than likely the Supernova hit count.
Yeah, it's something they can't worry too much about right now. Phoenix does have buyback. Even if he manages to afford an Aeon Disc, it may just not be worth it. I think this is where just having these buybacks can be so key in these late game fights.
Dude, even Kishka's level 25, just got the Basher completed with the monkey, so he's got so much control. He's going every item he can to control Army Geniuses. Orchid, Hex, now a Basher.
Radiant are scanning.
Has Park got Aeon? No, he's got a Aesthetics cap at least. Of course, he bought back recently. Both Sky and Marcy's buyback just coming off cooldown. Marcy doesn't have enough gold though, if required, but this is huge that Azure does not have a buyback to play with, so if they can get the puck, then it's a big target for Lilgun.
These teams, it's great. I actually think, like, the longer games go, in some ways, Roshan starts to matter a little bit less. Like, it's still super important. There's a reason teams play around it, but, like, it's a lot harder. Like, this TB's already got 9 items, like, plus a neutral item. Like, he can drop his bottle, but, like, taking an Aegis is possible, but it's easier. It's not like the easiest thing in the world.
Look at the jump! Sanctity! Protected for the Aeon for the moment. He's only got 11 playing behind him, but the core's going to leash them together, and DB is just going to charge up the higher ground. The Fee to look to break the coil. Supernova directly dropped on the dome as well, but Sanctity, they haven't killed off the TA just yet. Escaping to the north, they need to be cautious. DB doesn't get the Sunder. It'll come at a cost. They'll lose the Templar Assassin, but 423 just might be able to clean up. Meanwhile, Wami's going to look for a TP out. He'll be successful along with the Phoenix. So somehow Army Geniuses, multiple heroes make it out, but buybacks as well from Lilgun.
Oh, I mean, the fight's, like, the TP was like one of the first big cores to die. The fight looked doomed for Army Geniuses, but somehow the nukes from coming out from the puck, as well as Narman, actually managed to finish off the TA post BKB.
Azura?
Oh, Azura?
Azura, you pulled back before!
Oh no!
I don't know if you can make that play. You pulled back before.
Oh, and that is the perfect timing for that. Don't worry. We all make mistakes, says Sanctity. Oh man, but as far as mistakes go, that one could have just cost Army Geniuses a Division 1 slot. They're not out of it just yet. TB has buyback. Plus, he's back in 40 seconds here, so still chance for a high ground defense. But Puck, without buyback, going for that Aegis deal, like, I think you just got to give him an Aegis there. It's not the end of the world to give him an Aegis, but
they're going
could be the end of
T4s.
the game. Yep. They want to at least force TB's buyback. Like, he has it. He may just have
Wami's
to
in
use it.
trouble. Lucky Wami's got a buyback, but yeah, you're right. TB, he's got to force his own buyback just to protect the buildings now.
He's got another metamorphosis with the refresher.
You just got to buy back on Wami.
It feels that way.
Radiant's middle tower is
There
under
goes the
attack.
Wukongs.
As soon as you buy back, it's just such a sad spot to be in because you throw these buybacks, but you don't get any kind of engagement.
And they're just using the Rupture to control them. Like, they're Ruptured at the back. That's a really early BKB usage, and DB refreshes on cooldown. Look at
Metamorphosis.
What is
that
in?
in there?
Okay, that's a lot of
Okay,
damage. They almost get 4-2-3. He's trying to play around with the sustain down to the south. Phoenix, he's killed off, but he does have a second life to utilize.
Another egg.
Who else is on the right? Narman trying to solo kill Kishka, but the Sunray should be able to do it. Where's the rest of Lilgun? They're having their own fight in the middle. Supernova to the right, but meanwhile, DB, Throne's exposed. I think they've got to go for the heroes instead, and DB's gone. 4-2-3, they've done it! Lilgun just rip apart one by one, and they have secured a slot into Division 1 with this series victory.
Oh, what a crazy game 3. Holy moly, that was a wild ride for Army Geniuses to claw their way back in, get to this point where they had a farmed up TB. They had this amazing team fight, but Lilgun just clawed and scrapped their way. That just felt like, you know, they just played their draft to like perfection there. They're utilizing the Skyreth in the late game, constantly like the refresher, Bloodseeker, all these ruptures, just keeping heroes in place in the backlines. Like every little thing they were doing in these fights was just perfect. Like that was honestly a treat to watch.
I don't even know what happened in that last fight where DB didn't have a chance to get the Sunder off. We couldn't see him stand his ground and right click. Like they just somehow blew him up.
Yeah, I mean, the BKB, I guess, was still in cooldown. And then, like, Sand went in 2-hero burst strike. They had the Supernova following it up, but, you know, you got to wait for that Supernova stun. The TP was already dead before Supernova even came into play. So I think it just got to a point where there was just too much overwhelming damage against TB when you didn't have BKB. Like, you got damage over time. You got Firestorm. You got Skyreth. Like, this late game Skyreth must have done some insane damage. Let me open the scoreboard quickly just to see, but it just felt like, yeah, there. 38,000 damage from Bloodseeker. Actually, only 22 from Skyreth. But honestly, it just felt like Lilgun were just outplaying them in these late game team fights.
Yeah, like you said though, a scrappy way for Lilgun to be able to take this game, but they knew that was the only avenue back in for them, and just perfect small plays across the map where they're able to force a couple of mistakes from Army Geniuses, and now Lilgun, they will take 1 out of the 2 spots to be able to move over to Division 1. They are back in Division 1. We saw them there in the last season of the DPC, the last year of it, and now they're going to be starting next year off in Division 1.
Yeah, it feels like they're going to have their work cut out for them there. Like Division 1 in SEA has gotten so competitive and so strong. You know, just staying. I think their goal needs to be to try and stay in Division 1. Like I don't see them as a team that's going to be making it to the major without, you know, some more growth, some more improvement, which is what we've been seeing. Like pretty steadily, Lilgun to me, like just playing tournament after tournament. They're grinding it out. They're improving. They're showing they're not just this cheesy team that wins with Brood and Lycans. And TAs, I guess, but I mean, they bust out some of their classics here, but they have other strats too. So I'm curious to see how Lilgun do in that Division 1. You know, it's tough competition, but finally, like you say, finally back there. I feel like they've earned it in so many ways.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's been a long road for them. A lot of people are expecting them to honestly go up in the last tour, but RSG a little bit of a shock from everyone coming through open qualifiers and going flawless, and well, Talon of course doing Talon things, and well, with this new roster for them. So Lilgun back in Division 1, but we are still, this puts Army Geniuses in a bit of a tricky position. They're now going to drop to 4-2, and their last series is against Execration. So they still have opportunities to force tiebreakers. Execration, they have 2 chances though, because they have to verse Lilgun. So all they have to do, they need to win 1 series. If they can win 1 against one against Lilgun, or 1 against Army Geniuses, then they will be that second team. But if they lose both, then we will have tiebreakers.
Yeah. So our Army Geniuses need to win and then hope Execration also lose to Lilgun. So it's tough for Army Geniuses. I mean, they don't control their own destiny. They control half of it. They need to make sure they get the win and then hope that Lilgun does the other half. But you know, this was the big series. It was always going to be tough for Army Geniuses because I think it was back in week 1 they lost to TNC. So that loss there kind of, you know, set them back a bit, even though they've until today went undefeated. They were 4-0 in their next 4 series. So It's a tough road for Army Geniuses, but I feel like Army Geniuses, like, they actually look like one of the better teams in Div 2, whereas I feel like past tours, Army Geniuses kind of look like one of the middle to bottom teams of Div 2. So I feel like there has been noticeable improvement with this Army Geniuses team, even if they stay in Division 2. They look like one of the teams that, could take the Lilgun journey of play Div 2, maybe 3 seasons, and then you finally we'll see that breakthrough in the future. I think bringing in Hustler, Norman has definitely made them look a whole lot stronger, and he's brought a lot more playmaking to the team. So I do see this Army Geniuses team, if they stick around and keep playing together, maybe not this season, but maybe one of the future ones, being a Div 1 team.
Yeah, we saw the growth from Tour 1 to Tour 2 and Tour 3 now. Of course, they've still got one more series and still potential to make it, but Tour 2, they went 5-2. They only lost to RSG and Talon. So they were still playing incredibly well. Unfortunately, just the other teams, those other 2 teams were doing just a little bit better. So that growth is coming. They are also being kind of known to be one of the teams that really just put their head down and grind. From everything I've heard in scrim channels, they're always asking for scrims, always playing third-party tournaments. But again, there's still potential for them to make it, but like you said, the fate's not really in their hands. They need a little bit of luck, and then they need to be able to capitalize on that luck when their series is played. Now, we are trying to get an interview. Look, and I'm sure they're very happy with that series, and they're also a little bit shy as well. While we wait, while I have you, we can do some pre-Division 1 predictions here for what's coming up next. We've got SMG versus Talon as the next series. We'll start with that. What are we thinking?
Dude, that's like predicting SMG games
Yep.
is just... they look bad, and then suddenly they're beating Fnatic, who was undefeated. I feel like SMG is either going to 2-0 or get 2-0. I don't think it's going 3 games. I just don't know which way it's going to go, Aries. I feel like SMG is going to win. That's my prediction.
Oh.
I think SMG have turned a corner after the 2-0 on Fnatic. I think they found some new form.
Okay, I agree that I think they've turned a new corner. I think it will go 3 games, so I think Talon will take that. I called last week the Fnatic SMG series. I said to Denog, I'm like, I don't know, SMG can just pull some randomness out of the hat, and all of a sudden they're just stomping teams and just obliterating them the early game, and they just look clean. And I mean, that's what happened versus Fnatic, so we'll see if they can repeat that versus Talon. And then the last series of the night is Fnatic versus Polaris, a really important series for Fnatic. I mean, a lot of teams would have been expecting them to beat SMG, and you kind of need to. You can't let these free wins go to waste. So do we believe Fnatic are maybe a little bit shell-shocked after their last series, or can they take down Polaris?
I think they'll get the job done there. Polaris, I think Polaris NGX are kind of at that, defeated point of 2 or 3 where they're playing with stand-ins. They're these 2 teams to me that are looking more at TI qualifiers than 2 or 3, just because I don't even know if we're going to see them playing with the same rosters already. I mean, they're already both playing with like permanent stand-ins. So I don't see Polaris even taking a game personally. I don't know if you feel differently.
No, I feel the same. I think it'll be Fnatic with a 2-0, but I was hoping for the best here for Polaris, but unfortunately it's looking a little bit grim.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I feel like they were doing really well, and then they made some of the changes, which I guess they feel like they were good, just not great. Like, they weren't competing with the top team, so they felt like they maybe need to make changes. But then, I don't know, it felt like they made like side grades rather than upgrades, and now they're trying to like backtrack them. So unfortunate. We'll see. They've had their moments. You mentioned the Pro Series where they did really well, so they're definitely a team that they seem to consistently, be on top of all the Division 2 teams. It's just a matter of, can they ever be a top team in Division 1? Like maybe some of the past iterations of the teams, or like some of the players in the past, like Natsumi, had success, but it just seems like they can't quite recapture it.
All right, we do have an interview. We'll make it quick because we do have Division 1 to move over to. So it's going to be Ace 12 joining us. I'll drag him in. Ace 12, hello, you there? Can you hear us? Hello. Firstly, mate, congratulations on making it to Division 1. How are you and the lads going to celebrate?
No fun for now. And feeling good.
Feeling good. Just happy with your series victory. You guys, are you with that last game? I mean, a chaotic game going as long as what it did. what are the communications like when you get to like 50 plus minutes in? How is there one main shot caller for you?
Yeah, we believe in our lineup and draft and feeling comfortable. The enemy team did good. Yeah.
Parker, you got any questions?
Yeah. Now you're guaranteed to be in Division One. So firstly, congratulations. But I'm curious,
That's
is there any Division One team that you are most excited to play against in the future?
I think SMG.
Why
SMG
is that?
play style is different from other C teams.
Also, have you scrimmed them much before, like in
Yeah,
terms of matching up?
we scrim a
Okay.
lot against them and no win for now.
Oh, okay. So hopefully you can change that in Division One. That's great to
Yeah,
hear.
we need to practice a lot. Need to face against upper division teams, Fnatic, and yeah, they are so strong. We need to practice a lot and improve.
Yep.
Yep.
And are you gonna? I mean, obviously the goal is to try and still qualify for TI through qualifiers. What's your plan as far as getting ready for TI qualifiers?
We have ESL qualifier before TI Open qualifier, so we need to play a lot of games against good teams.
Great.
Yeah, need to change our draft or etc. Need to improve.
Well, exciting stuff, Ace 12. Appreciate you joining us for this interview. Do you have any shout outs real quick before we let you go?
Thank you for supporting us, for fans. That's all.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, mate, and congratulations one last time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right, Parker, there we go. First series done and
Awesome.
dusted. And Lilgun, they're going to be moving over to the to Division One. So incredibly excited for these lads, and we got Division One action now coming up. So we're gonna move over to that. We've got some hype series going on. We'll be kicking off Division One. Is going to be the lads on SMG taking on Talon. So we got the panel up and for everyone to see probably about 10 minutes. So we'll see you guys all then for the Division One matches.